Coming up on this edition of SU TV News, an exclusive look at the new STEM building.
Advice to those graduating in 15 days.
And in sports, we take a preview of NDSU's first playoff game.
Welcome to our final edition of SU TV News for the semester. I'm Hannah Schlosser.
And I'm Cassie Rolfing. Well, the first major snowfall hit the area earlier this week.
The snow started Monday evening and went into Tuesday night. Here's a look at some of the snowfall from our roof cam. According to the National Weather Service in Grand Forks, the Fargo-Moorhead area received 3.2 inches of snow as of 6 a.m. Outside of Fargo, troopers responded to 8 crashes throughout the area from 5 p.m. to midnight Monday.
Students struggle with stress, taking final exams, and writing papers all through college. For graduating seniors, figuring out how to pay off student loans is an added stress. SU TV's Brielle Beckel has a few financial tips.
According to the Institute for College Access and Success, 71% of students who graduated from a four-year college in 2012 were saddled with student loan debt, averaging a total cost of $29,000. Because of this, many college graduates live with their parents in order to save money.
I'm really scared and nervous for what's to come. I have no idea how I'm going to be able to go out into the real world and be expected to pay everything.
Jean Chatsky's financial editor of NBC's Today Show states how living with your parents can be a smart short-term plan. By not paying rent, young students can build up a financial cushion and save for different expenses. Graduation can be an excellent time to get your financial life started on the right foot.
Very daunting, and very intimidating that's what I have to deal with, within 6 to 8 months of graduation.
I know everyone has to do it, but it's still really intimidating, and I just don't like to think about having to pay them off.
Chatsky believes college students should establish credit, although use it wisely. Live within your means, save money automatically. Take advantage of employer 401k plans and pay your bills on time. Also, continue to network through social media.
Students walk these halls each and every day. Days, months, even years go by with contemplating the decision whether or not to attend graduate school. Although a tip to consider, weigh the costs before the benefits.
How is this going to affect my credit? Will I be able to buy a house and car? Just all things I'm taking into consideration.
Although the tips for a successful financial life involve money, different wise choices are also advised, including actually being educated and learning more about personal finance and investing is important. Brielle Beckel, reporting for SU TV News.
For more tips, just visit money.usnews.com/real-world tips for college grads. Speaking with a local financial planner is also advised.
Every year, Blue Key National Honor Society recognizes a teacher on NDSU's campus for what is known as the Distinguished Educator Award to acknowledge what they've done for students. SU TV News Director Cassie Rolfing went and got to know the 2015 winner.
To the students in the architecture program at NDSU, school is more like a home thanks to a very special lady who's often known as the mother of the architecture program.
Best professors that I've had for just simply sitting down with me one-on-one, explaining things to me. And just all throughout, she's so student-focused.
To name just a couple of reasons why fourth-year architecture student Deidre Harms nominated Cindy Ernest for the 2015 Distinguished Educator.
Just for somebody that goes the extra mile for students in and out of the classroom. It's really just an educator that takes things the extra mile, that pushes students, that pushes themselves and pushes the program they're in. And the reason I nominated Cindy is that is everything she is.
And it's not just Deidre who thinks highly of Cindy. Former students will say the same thing.
She's extremely passionate. She has a lot of experience in her field. She worked for a long time before she was a professor.
However, if you talk to this professor who always seems to have a smile on her face, she stays humble about the honor.
There's a lot of things that do not put me in the category of that exemplary teacher that I, really respect. But there's language that comes with the honor that talks about giving students help and assistance. And that's what I really enjoy most.
Cindy does what she does, not for recognition, but for her passion about the students she works with day in and day out.
How can you not love working with people like you and people this age?
Cassie Rolfing reporting.
Blessed to have a professor as well. Good as Cindy.
SU TV News.
Cindy is a registered architect with 23 years of professional experience in all aspects of design and practice in metropolitan areas. Blue Keys Banquet in Cindy's honor will be hosted December 10th at 6 p.m.
2 professors from NDSU have not gone unnoticed. Jenny Linker and Kirsten Haney have been awarded 2015 Education Teacher of the Year. SU TV reporter Abby Furchner has more.
2 different professors, 2 different philosophies. However, they both have something in common. Not only do they enjoy teaching at NDSU, but they want the best for their students.
I really try to kind of hold the bar pretty high with my students and challenge them and make sure that they're getting their bang for their buck here at NDSU, and so I make sure they have a nice foundation in content knowledge.
They all learn differently, and so I need to come at it from multiple angles, and so that's the biggest thing that I try to do. I try to incorporate a lot of active learning and then real life situations.
Not only are in-class lectures important to Jenny Linker, but so is giving her students the chance to teach others. She has provided a day where her students are able to teach homeschooled children physical education. By applying their knowledge, Linker hopes it will help her students carry it to their futures.
I really think it's important for students to reflect on what they've done and where they'll take that information and go with it in the future.
Exercising is one important aspect to a healthy life, but also knowing how to balance a good diet is beneficial as well.
Yeah, they recognize those patterns.
Kristen Hani believes that health education needs to be pushed harder in schools.
North Dakota's children are the most obese children in the entire United States. I just think that speaks volumes to how little emphasis we've placed on health education in our public school setting.
Starting in life, Linker wanted to make a career of being a speech-language pathologist, but she found her passion in coaching, and it truly changed her life.
I was a rugby player in college and played for USA for a little bit and got into coaching and loved it, and so then I changed and got a second bachelor's degree in physical education.
Here at the Benson Bunker Fieldhouse is where you can find both offices for Jenny Linker and Kristen Hani. They are located in the Health, Nutrition, and Exercise Department. At NDSU, Abby Furchner reporting for SU TV News.
Both professors will be teaching in class lectures and individual studies. Some of their courses are professional preparation from both elementary and middle school activities.
When we return, an exclusive in-depth look at the highly anticipated construction project.
After this week's 7-day forecast.
A screen, dribbles down the lane, and it's in! It's in! Can you believe it? Not sure to start. And the fans are on their feet! Ha! Oh, ha! It rises for three.
For season tickets, 231-NDSU-GoBison.com.
The NDSU bookstore has everything you need to show off your Bison pride. The bookstore can have you sporting green and gold wherever you go. It offers many different brands, sizes, styles, and selection so that you find exactly what you're looking for. Shop the NDSU bookstore and show your spirit today.
Welcome back. With all the construction happening on campus, it's good to hear that one of the projects is finally finished.
The construction project for the entrance to the NDSU main library is nearing completion. Beginning on June 6th, this project was estimated to be completed by November 1st, but it's better late than never. With the finishing touches being put on the entrance, the library staff is happy to see this exciting change of scenery.
You can see the door is built out a little bit from the previous entrance, and that gives us a little more space, primarily for students to find their way in, walk off the mud, keep the leaves out, keep the wind out, but also I think have a little bit of a grander entrance to the library. Previous entrance was kind of low and you came in and you felt the ceiling kind of down on you.
The doors will be up and running by December 7th, just in time for upcoming finals and 24/7 open hours at the library.
And the library isn't the only construction project that's close to completion. SU TV's general manager Nate Manning and I got the chance to get an exclusive in-depth look at the new STEM building earlier this week. One of the biggest construction projects on NDSU's campus right now is the STEM building. Set to open on the first day of classes spring semester, the STEM building brings in elements from different classrooms around campus, but also new ones.
NDSU prides itself on being a student-focused university, and with this new STEM building, it's obvious as one walks the halls. Currently, the sounds of machines fill the building as the finishing touches are put everywhere to be ready in time for January 11th. A unique aspect of the building is that there will be no offices seen throughout the entire thing. NDSU wanted to create a place that had no ownership by any department on campus, just the students. There'll be 23 classrooms and 9 labs, all for a 3-story building, such as movable table labs, biosafety labs, and auditoriums. Once completed, some of the rooms in the STEM building will have a familiar but bigger look, like classrooms that are similar to ones in Dunbar Hall, Van Ness Hall, and Gate City Bank Auditorium. However, there will still be rooms that are brand new to NDSU's campus, such as active learning rooms. Not only will there be plenty of classroom space, the huge hallways will be filled with seats for students to sit and study, often in front of ceiling to floor windows so that students can take in as much natural light as possible. With so much variety in the STEM building,
groups now that didn't show much interest early on, now they're showing a lot of interest. Hey, can I teach over here? Can I go over there?
it's predicted that 4,000 to 5,000 students will walk through these halls day in and day out. One of the biggest concerns for this project was what would happen to Churchill Field. Former Student Body Vice President Eric Diedrich helped alleviate those concerns.
He went out on his own and walked it out. And he said, and he told the whole programming group that the space is, the usable space now, free clear space, is actually bigger now than what it was before.
In fact, the green space now has an irrigation system underneath it to keep that field looking even greener, once the snow melts, of course.
There are no firm hours for the STEM building yet, but Facilities Management Director Mike Ellingson says the goal is to have it open as early as 7 a.m. and stay open until at least 10 p.m.
The Fargo Dome is more than just a place to watch the Bison play football. It was also home to one of the top food drive fundraisers in the Fargo-Moorhead area. SU TV News reporter Nick Furch has more.
The Fill the Dome Food Drive is a food drive done by local schools in the Fargo-Moorhead area. The project is led by area high school students to benefit the food pantry. Many schools from elementary to high school participate.
Actually, it's all of the metro high schools as well as middle schools and elementary schools. So totaling, I want to say there's at least around 15 or so high schools plus all the middle schools.
Most of the groups tried to make art out of their cans. By the end of the two-day fundraiser, over 80 tons of food were collected. Students from Moorhead High School did a little more than just collecting cans.
Competition, and so whichever class gets the most amount of cans, we give a pizza party to, donated by Brahms guys because they're super great. And then we focus on money because the pantry really needs money, like that's a big need, and then they can buy what they need the most, and so we do a coin drive. And that,
with all of the high schoolers running around, you may forget about the elementary kids. Through school-wide efforts, St. Joe's 4th grade class was able to enjoy their time.
I think seeing their energy, that they want to help people, is my favorite part. You can probably see it behind me now, but they're so excited to do it, and We were so pumped the whole time, so that was the coolest thing to see.
With all of the fun that there is during this event, it is easy to forget about all the benefits that this makes for the food pantry. This is Nick Furch reporting, SU TV News.
Aside from the 80 tons of food collected, $80,000 were also collected. The food was equivalent to 440,000 meals, which was just short of their goal of 500,000. Monetary donations are still being collected at fillthedome.org.
After the break, we take an inside look at what Star Wars actress Carrie Fisher has to say about her role.
Stay with us.
The NDSU bookstore has everything you need to show off your Bison pride. The bookstore can have you sporting green and gold wherever you go. It offers many different brands, sizes, styles, and selection so that you find exactly what you're looking for. Shop the NDSU bookstore and show your spirit today.
SU TV News is a production of the Bison Information Network in conjunction with North Dakota State University's Department of Communication Broadcast Program. For more information, go to www.ndsubin.com.
Quest to be thinner, smarter, and sleeker?
Apple's iPhone may have to drop one of its key features. CNN's Samuel Burke has the details on what could be the technology's next major change.
Sorry, I can't hear you. I'm listening to my music. Apple's gonna do what? The latest iPhone is just 7.1 millimeters thick. So if the next iPhone is going to get any skinnier, it's gonna have to go on a diet. That might mean eliminating the audio jack altogether, which measures 3.5 millimeters and could make the next iPhone up to 49% slimmer. So how will we listen to our music? People who don't want to get tangled up in problems already use Bluetooth headphones. Cordless creates another problem though. You have to keep these charged. If you don't want to fork out the money for new Bluetooth headphones, then you can buy this $2 adapter, which will allow you to connect your existing headset to the iPhone charging port. This might become the new standard output for headphones. Sorry, no listening while charging then. Apple does have a history of making surprisingly drastic changes to its devices, and then the rest of the tech industry follows suit. In 1998, Apple launched the iMac without a floppy disk drive. Remember those? In 2008, Apple shocked many when the MacBook came without a disk drive. Goodbye CDs and DVDs. And just this year, the newest MacBook eliminated the standard USB port we all use, opting for the new smaller and faster USB-C port. Earphones aren't your only option. This beanie comes with little speakers inside and connects via Bluetooth, eliminating the need for audio jacks and cords altogether. Samuel Burke, CNN, London.
Star Wars wouldn't be Star Wars without Princess Leia. Who could forget her signature look, buns and all? Now Carrie Fisher is reprising her iconic role nearly 4 decades later. The Star Wars star says she was pressured to change to be more like Leia. Mary Maloney explains in today's Hollywood Minute.
Carrie Fisher says the makers of the new Star Wars film, The Force Awakens, pressured her to look more like her character, Princess Leia. That meant losing more than 35 pounds. She tells Good Housekeeping UK she ate less and exercised more. The Force Awakens opens in 2 weeks. Eagles of Death Metal, the band playing in Paris during the deadly terrorist attacks, wants to help the victims' families. The band wants other artists to cover their song, I Love You All the Time, and donate the proceeds. Several, including My Morning Jacket, have already done it.
I want it that way.
Joe Manganiello dancing to the Backstreet Boys was one of the highlights of Magic Mike XXL. Apparently, during his wedding to Sofia Vergara last week, Joe recreated the convenience store scene, thrusting and all. No word if he used props.
How much for the Cheetos and water?
For Hollywood Minute, I'm Mary Maloney.
Now is Sports Director Jordan Fremstead.
What do you have for us, Jordan?
Well, we got some breaking news tonight out of Green Bay involving former Bison running back John Crockett. I'll have that and more right after this.
Down the lane. It's in! It's in! Can you believe it? That's two to start. And the fans are on their feet. It rises for three.
Season tickets, 231-NDSU, GoBison.com.
Breaking news tonight, former Bison running back John Crockett is now part of the Green Bay Packers active roster. Today, the team released running back Alonzo Harris and added Crockett. The 6-foot, 217-pound rookie was originally signed as an undrafted free agent on May 8, 2015. He has been on the Packers practice squad all season. Crockett will wear number 38. He played 46 games for the Bison and rushed for over 1,000 yards in 3 straight seasons. Green Bay takes on Detroit tonight on Thursday Night Football. Well, the time has come. The regular season can be forgiving, but the postseason has no sympathy. The rematch is on with Montana this Saturday in the second round of the FCS Playoffs. Last August, the Bison gave up well over 500 yards of offense to a fast-paced Grizzly team. The Bison are coming off a 55-0 rout of Missouri State and 5 straight wins. With both teams playing their best football down the stretch, it has NDSU looking forward to another opportunity.
That's definitely the game that we wanted. We played SDSU enough over my past 4 or 5 years, and so just being able to play Montana here in the Fargo Dome is going to be great.
There's some things that I'm sure that will be an advantage, but in the same respect, they've played us as well, too. And you know, we've evolved, obviously, offensively. So there'll be kind of a chess match to see who's going to make changes or adjustments. And we have to do what we've done well the last 5 weeks, which is rush the football. And if we're able to rush the football, a lot of things are opening up for us. If we struggle to run the football, then we're going to be in for a long day.
Both schools have met in the playoffs twice before in 1969 and 1970. The Bison have won the only meeting in Fargo between the two, 22-10 last season. You can catch that game on ESPN 3 this Saturday. Kickoff is set for 2:30 p.m. Well, the NDSU men's basketball team had a shot at the number 5 Cyclones of Iowa State Tuesday night. With Northern Iowa taking down the number 1 Tar Heels of North Carolina a week ago, anything is possible. We'll take you out to Ames, Iowa. Dexter Werner, he's ready to go for this matchup. We'll take you to the first half early. It's A.J. Jacobson. Nice footwork there as he drives the lane in the finish. It's 6'5" NDSU out in front early. Then Jacobson again, this time with the assist out to Paul Miller. He knocks down the three. 17 points for Miller on the day. Bison were up 3 with 2 minutes to go in the half. Iowa State coming back, though. Niang, he finds Monte Morris, who passes to Cook for the smooth transition. 36-30, Iowa State led at the half, and then Carlin Dupree. Nice finish and transition right there. Bison were within 4 with 5 minutes into the second half, but Iowa State would pull away in this one. They win 84-64 is your final. Iowa State had 5 players in double figures. Nodder led the team with 21 points. NDSU's Miller and Jacobson both had 17. Well, it's another game in the FM area. The MSUM Dragons have won 7 in a row after losing their first game of the season to the number 11 team in the country, California Baptist. The team is scoring an average of 81 points in those 7 contests. The Dragons will head to Minot for a matchup with Minot State. The Beavers have won 4 of their last 5 contests. Tip-off for Friday's action is set for 8 p.m. You can catch that game online at msumdragons.com. Go to MSU's basketball schedule and click on the live video link.
Thanks, Jordan.
2 superheroes are taking on 1 movie. Find out more when we come back.
More than 400 million people use Facebook to stay connected with family, friends, and colleagues, in addition to the millions of others who use Twitter, LinkedIn, Pinterest, and Flickr for networking purposes. While Facebook and other social media sites are great tools to help you connect with friends and build networks, you should also be aware of the potential dangers associated with using these tools. So, let's talk tech. First of all, always be mindful of what you and your friends are posting online. Nothing online is private, no matter what security settings a website may boast. Anything posted online stays online. So take time to consider what you and your friends are putting online before you post it. For example, do you want your potential employers or your current boss to see embarrassing pictures that your friends have posted? There's also the question of how much information should you disclose on a social media site. Posting too much personal information could lead to lost job opportunities, harassment, internet stalking, and identity theft. Don't publicize information that the public doesn't need to know. Finally, you should think about who you want to see those things you've posted online by evaluating the appropriateness of the privacy settings on your social media site. It is recommended that you customize your settings such that only your close friends can see your personal information, such as your home address, email, and phone numbers. Ideally, this information should not even be online. Additionally, social media networks frequently update their security protocols, so be sure to review and update your security settings regularly. With these precautions, you will be well on your way to enjoying a safe and secure social networking experience.
Warner Brothers released the trailer to the newest movie starring 2 beloved DC characters.
Who's that? You must be new. That is Bruce Wayne.
Batman vs. Superman: Dawn of Justice follows in wake of 2013's Man of Steel. It co-stars Henry Cavill as Superman and Ben Affleck as Batman. Jesse Eisenberg portrays Lex Luthor. It also features cameos by other DC Comics heroes. The movie arrives in theaters on March 25th.
Thank you for watching SU TV's last newscast for the semester.
Be sure to check us out on Facebook or Twitter.
Also, visit us at ndsubin.com.
Have a great night.